So to put your zip in, you start with your dress inside out, and you're just dealing with your bodice main fabric, not the lining at the moment. So you need to check that your waistband seams match and your neckline seams match. Now, the observant amongst you will notice that my zip is already in. I have recorded this once, but it wasn't right, so I'm having to go over it again. But I don't want to take my zip out. So let's pretend it's not in. So we are matching our waistline seam and our neckline seam, just to check that they do match. Now we put our zip pull side down, so the pull is facing the outside of the fabric. Undo the zip, makes it easier for fitting it. It's a nice big opening now. Match your zigzag tape with your neckline and you pin all the way down your zip. Okay? When you have pinned all the way down on both sides, what you need to do is just double check that your waistline seam still lines up. Okay? And that your neckline seam still lines up. Take your time with this, get it right now, and your zip will go in first time. Double check that it still matches. When you're happy that it matches, you need to take your zip and your dress to your sewing machine and use your zipper foot. Again, I'm sorry, I've already done this. This is your zipper foot, my zipper foot, and you want to stitch just off centre but towards the teeth of your zip. Okay, both sides, and then when you turn it the right way round, you can fasten your zip up. There we go. Fasten your zip up. And it will look like that. It will look like you've got a big zip stitched there. Right. This is my zipper foot. Can you see? We have got two little gaps here and we've got a step in here. So when you're putting your zip in, you need the teeth to be coming along this bit here. Okay? And you need your needle to be in the centre, so close to this cutout piece, depending on which side of the zip you are sewing. Where do I go there? There we go. Right? So it depends which side of the zip you're sewing, whether you have your needle here or here on this side. I'm going to set it up so I attach it on this side and my needle will come in here. Okay? Hopefully that's clear.
I wish to apologise for now interceding on Margaret's brilliant videos, but it just came to my attention that not all feet are the same for all machines. As you can see on Margaret's picture, she can attach the left side or the right side, so therefore move her foot over so the needle is actually dropping in the same place all the time. Now, we don't always have those. I'm going to put up a video now showing you my foot, which is always just in one place, and there are lots more feet out there that have got different ways of looking at it, where I had to electronically move my needle rather than move the foot. So I don't really think, searching through your bag of bits and bobs thinking, well, I haven't got anything that's like that, because it may not look like that. That's just one example of a zipper foot.
Right, so we're going to stitch our zip in all the way down. So it's exactly the same as we've done previously, except we are not following our 5/8, and we are putting the edge of the foot onto the edge of the tape. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to take it slowly. And I'm going to do it in a smaller stitch. So can you see we're going almost down the centre of the zip tape? Okay. And we're going to do this all the way down this side. Remove your pins as you go. Trying to remember to keep my left hand out of the way, because I've realised sometimes I just put it up to stop my machine and you can't see what I'm doing. So there we go, stop the machine. Undo the zip a little bit further. There we go. All the way down to the end where you have got your skirt and your lining. Okay, and stop. So that's one side stitched in. You see how your fabric it's pulling all the way over. What we're going to do is we're going to press it so that it covers the zip. So now we're going to do the other side. Now, the temptation is, oh, it's very tempting. The temptation is to start your other side at the bottom, just because it's easiest, because that's where you can see that you're going to offer this up and your zip is going to be the same way and everything is going to be fine and hunky-dory, which in the case of this dress, yes it is. But if you are stitching fabric with a little bit of give in it, a little bit of stretch, you need to make sure that you stitch your zip the same way on both sides. So if this dress had a bit of stretch in it, I would very carefully change the pins over to this side and I would stitch down this side, which is the fabric side, not the zip side, so that if there is going to be any stretch or any pull or any distortion, which there shouldn't be if you've done it properly, but if there is, if you are stitching it the same way, then that reduces the amount of distortion that you are going to get. Your zip is pulled in the same direction on both sides. So, like I said, in this case, it's not so bad because there's no give in this fabric. It is tight woven fabric, polycotton. There's no stretch, there's no give. So we're going to stitch it from the bottom up. But if you have fabric with any sort of stretch in it, t-shirt fabric, lycra fabric, anything with any, if you're doing an evening dress or particularly if you've cut something on the bias, you need to stitch your zip the same direction for both sides. Now you can see this is tricky to get the zip underneath the presser foot and keep it tidy, but do your best. I don't like that. I want to pull my dress inside out. Okay. And I'm going to zip it up a little bit, because then I will get this to lie flat. Okay, so that's better. So we're going to do the same as we did before. You see how when you've got it was pulling, move it so that it's right. Take your pin out and start again. And when you get up to the pull, we're going to stop our machine. With our needle down, we're going to lift the presser foot and we're going to move the slide back down to the end of the zip, so it's not in our way. So we then line up our fabric again and continue to stitch. I'm going to speed up a bit. Okay. And finish off. So we have now got our zip stitched into our dress. Okay, all nice, tidy. Zip it up. There we have our zip in our dress, and our waistline matches, and our neckline matches. We've got a bit of a bobble there. Oh, we'll need to sort that one out, won't we? There's a bit of a bobble, but that's easy enough to sort out. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so when you press your dress, your zip is going to be covered by your fabric. Okay, there we go. So that is putting in your zip. Once you're happy with your placement, you then need to press your openings. So you need to bring your fabric round so that it more or less covers the teeth of the zip on each side, so that when you fasten your zip, instead of being able to see the zip, what you will see is your fabric joining. Okay, your waistline seam matching and your neckline seam matching. That's your zip.